Chelsea are back in action in the Champions League. 5:45 tomorrow. A long trip to Baku awaits. Qarabag, a game that we should convincingly win. Welcome back to From the Shed End. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. If you're new, as always, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And also make sure you hit that Linktree link before you leave. Now, Qarabag, we've played them twice before. If you remember back in the Europa League, the 2016-2017 campaign, we beat them convincingly as well. 6-0 and 4-0 thrashing. We've got 10 goals against Qarabag. This should not be a difficult game against them at all. Now, we are playing a game under Enzo Maresca, under what I would say is probably arguably our best period under this new regime, this new ownership, a bit of stability at the club. Not swapping and changing the manager. It's the first time in a long time we've actually gone back-to-back seasons with the same manager, especially under this new ownership. So I'm excited for this game for two reasons. One, I think we should literally wipe the floor with them. And two, this should give us an opportunity to see some of the other players who necessarily haven't really been given as much game time as we think they should have done, or maybe they deserve it, they think they should be getting in this team. But it should give us an opportunity to, one, as well, rest players, because that is a key thing. We're going to talk about some of the comments from the press conference shortly, but we do need to rest, rotate the team, make sure we utilize it. We've got a squad to use. Let's use it. Now, of course, there is a big factor in this game. Now, Enzo Maresca gave his press conference earlier on today. The club, the team are still in London. They're due to fly out. The game is actually 30 hours away. As I'm recording this, it's 30 hours time from kickoff. So you'd think the club would be there. I mean, it's a 6-hour journey, 4 hours ahead of us in terms of time difference. So there's all of that to factor in. If you remember from the last time we went over to play them, 4-hour difference in time. So that's going to be a massive thing for these players going over there. Jet lag kicks in. When you're supposed to be sleeping, you're going to be playing football, or at least getting ready to go to sleep. So the time difference, I think, will have a massive impact in this game. No doubt about that. There's also the factor of when we come back, we will land back in England, I think 6 o'clock a.m. Thursday morning. Again, you've got to readjust your body to a very quick turnaround in terms of the times, the time scheduling, and also the fact that you have a game Saturday evening against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, I think, on Saturday evening. But we have to win this game. There's no doubt in my mind that we have to win this game. This is a very, very important game. Like I said, as we know, we beat them 2017, 2018 Europa League group stage where we played them. First of all, we beat them 6-0 at Stamford Bridge. Goals from Pedro, Hazard, Bakayoko, Zappacosta and Willian. And then the returning fixture of that season, it was Hazard with 2 goals, Morata, and also Cesc Fabregas on target as well. Now, some things to talk about. I mean, let's talk about Pedro Neto, who looks like he will miss this game. He looks like he's going to miss this game due to a small issue. Now, Maresca seemed to play this down in the press conference earlier on that was held this morning. He said it's not a big issue and he should be back for Wolves. But we've heard this before. It's very reminiscent of Mikhailo Mudryk. It's also very reminiscent of Cole Palmer. When Cole Palmer was told he's only going to be out for a couple of games, he's now out till potentially the next international break, possibly back, according to Maresca today, possibly back for the Barcelona game, which is a massive boost for Chelsea. But you do have to raise concerns about, are we running certain players into the grounds? And I'm talking the likes of Moises Caicedo, João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto being another one of those players. Can we afford to lose someone like Caicedo, Pedro Neto? I don't think we can. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's the key, the latest injury news. We know that Cole Palmer is still out. We're hoping to get him back for as I said, the Barcelona game. And of course, we do have Arsenal to think about as well after that international break as well. We also know that Levi Colwill was out for the season, or the majority of the season, I should say. Benoit Badiashile potentially could return early. Dario Asugo, again, another one that's out. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But now, one of the things that Maresca did say in the press conference, and I'll put it here for you now.
In the way we use risk, within you see him up and down. I think it's a big job for him, for Malo, for any fullback to continue to do up and down. We use the fullback in different way, so probably we also protect and save him in the way we try to play. So I think he's right to play 3 games in a week.
He has actually confirmed what we all thought. You know, Reece James is playing some of the best football of his life. Some of the best football of his life. So I think we need to continue to play him. I mean, we got to see how well he can play against Tottenham on Saturday. We know that this is a player that if we keep fit, he's arguably one of the best right backs. And also as well, he can move into a right centre back role. He can drop into the midfield. He can advance forward with the ball. This is a player that you want to have in your team week in, week out. And I think he's proven this season that he's overcome some of those injury concerns that we thought we might see of him this season. He's got rid of those. He's now playing some of the best football we've seen of Reece James in a Chelsea shirt for many, many years. So I'm hoping that continues. Would I start him in a game against Qarabag where you're traveling, 6 hours, there's a 4-hour time difference? Probably not, because you've got Malo Gusto, you've got Achiempong, you've got other players that you can use in those areas of the pitch and rest some of your players, because we do have to rotate the squad for me massively in this game coming up. But this is a game that I think we've got to look at the Champions League form, where we are currently as it stands in the table. We do need some points. Let's be honest, we need some points, because what you don't want to do is end up not being in that top 8, the automatic qualifying part of the Champions League phase, where you go into those knockout rounds. You don't want to be playing those playoff 1-leg, 2-leg games. You want to be in the top 8. And I think these sort of games, Paphos, another one, which will be coming up very soon. David Luiz returning back to Stamford Bridge. Barcelona's the key one. I remember saying it when we looked at the fixtures when they first came out. Barcelona's a key game. Napoli, Atalanta, those sort of games, we have to win them. But these sort of games against Qarabag, and respectfully Paphos, I want annihilations. I want a 7-0 drumming. I want something when we come back from Baku. I want us to be going into that Wolves game on Saturday fresh. All our players should be fresh. The players that didn't play, hopefully tomorrow, will be fresh. There should be no concerns. As long as no injuries happen in this game tomorrow, we should be comfortably winning against Qarabag. No ifs, no buts. There's not much I can talk about Qarabag. We should beat them. That's all I can say about them. We should definitely beat them. Now, Qarabag are surprising. They're surprising a couple of teams in the Champions League. They're not walkovers. So we do have to, as I always say on these videos, guard against complacency, because they are going to want this game. They are going to want to try. This is, I think, their first time in the Champions League. So they're going to want to try and give us a game. And what we can't do, and we have done it before in other games, and the Sunderland game's a prime example of that, is you switch off, or you make that many changes that there's just no balance in the squad. I think Maresca, and I said it against Tottenham, I said it against Sunderland as well, I said it against Wolves in the Carabao Cup, you have to get this team selection correct. And if things don't work, you have to swap it around and make sure that you maintain the balance, but you change things tactically to win the game. It sounds simple. It probably is simple. It's Qarabağ. There can be no excuses. There can be no excuses. There can't be any excuses. One of the things I want to point out, well, 2 things. First of all, we're actually in a really good position in this season. I know the league table, the Premier League table could be a lot better for us. But if we win this game tonight, we win against Paphos, Barcelona, which is going to be a massive statement if we can beat them. FA Cup to come, Carabao Cup, Cardiff, we should beat them. It's a nice little draw for us there, against Cardiff, but we should beat them. So we're in a really good position in terms of cup competitions, league. We can, there's things to play for. And these sort of games, don't treat them as a dead rubber game. Let's treat it as a game where some of these players, and I'm thinking of Buonanotte, I'm thinking of Achiempong, Malo Gusto, Andre Santos, those sort of players, I would want to see them put in a top performance. even the goalkeeper, Jurgensen, put in a top performance, because these are the sort of games when you get an opportunity, you have to give your all to and make sure that when you go out there, you leave nothing to come back in the dressing room with. Leave it all out on the pitch. Because no one's, I keep saying it on this channel, no one's position is nailed down in this team. Nobody's. It's all up for grabs. Maybe you're talking Enzo and Caicedo, that's the two that are nailed down in terms of proven starters in our team. Guaranteed starters. You look at Reece James, but again, we know about injuries. But everyone else is fair game. Everyone. So these opportunities that you get, the players have to take them. They have to take them. But there can be no excuses. It's Qarabağ. There can be no excuses. Let's get into predicted lineups. Let's get into the predicted lineup. I'm going to start with Jurgensen in goal. I think Jurgensen in goal, for me personally, he's the sort of goalkeeper you want to hope can have a good game, solid game. Top performance. I think we need to see from him in goal. You want to hope that Sanchez can get a rest in this game. I think Sanchez has been outstanding for us this season. Yes, he's made a couple of howlers, but in terms of his distribution, keeping us in the game, keeping the scoreline down, I think he's improved a lot. And there's been a lot of questions about him over the last season or two. Is he good enough? He's definitely got a role to play at Chelsea. I think he's proving that as he's continuing to play the way that he is. But Jurgensen for me has to start this game tomorrow. There can be no doubts about that. 100%. Now I'm going to go with Malo Gusto as right back. I think Reece James can sit this game out. I think it'd be silly to risk him. Yes, obviously Maresca's confirmed that a lot of the players, the full squad will be traveling to Baku, but I think Malo Gusto starts this game for me. I think personally as well, I'm even going to go one step further. I'm going to put Josh Ashiempong as the right centre-back. Now, obviously, he's not naturally a right centre-back, and we do have centre-backs we could use in this game. But again, I want to make sure that you're rotating the squad as much as possible. And if I'm being honest, and maybe this is me being very naive, Ashiempong and the centre-back I'm going with, Tosin, should be able to deal with whatever Qarabağ try to come and attack us with. They should be able to deal with that 100%. Left back, I'm going with João Neto, simply because, again, I think Marco Correa is going to need a break. This is why we brought in João Neto, because we know that there's going to be times, there's going to be games where Neto has to come in. He has to fill that gap that Correa will leave if he's not in the team. And we need to see a bit more of Neto as well. And I was really impressed with the last game that he started for us. So, let's put João Neto in there. Now, the two in midfield. I certainly always say this, that you can't have both Caicedo and Enzo off the pitch at the same time. And I still believe that. And we know that Dario Sugo isn't fit. You could potentially have Lavia and Santos. Do you trust both of them in this game? Can we trust Lavia and Andre Santos in the midfield too? That's the question. That is the question. I'm going to go with yes. I think we do need to heavily. This is a team where we smashed 4-0, we smashed 6-0. I'm going to say yes, you can. Romeo Lavia. And we're going to go with Santos in the midfield. I think here's where it gets a bit tricky, because I do think Facundo Buonanotte will play in this game, and it'd be stupid not to. I think I'm going to put Jamie Gittins, who I thought was really good against Wolves in the Cup. Obviously didn't get as much game time as he wanted in the weekend game, but he looked really good against Wolves. We need to see more of him. Prefer him possibly over to George and Garnacho. We know that Pedro Neto is not in the team as well. So I think for me, Jamie Gittins starts. You've got options on the bench as well. I'm going to go with the main guy. Or shall I? Yeah, I'm going to go with Esteval on the right. And I would actually start Liam Delap. I would actually start Liam Delap in this game because I think we need to see more from Liam Delap. Disappointing to get sent off in the cup game. Obviously, he missed out on the Tottenham game at the weekend, just gone. But I think we need to see more from Liam Delap. And even Maresca said in the press conference today that, you know, we all going to hopefully be happy with Delap come the end of the season. The only way we're going to get that is if he starts playing games and actually starts scoring goals. Yes, one element of the attacking option is to bully your defenders, but not to stone cold stunner them. Like, we need to make sure that you're actually scoring goals as well. So that would be my lineup from start to back. Jurgensen, Gusto, Achiempong, Tosin, Joao Heto, Lavia with Santos in the midfield, Buonanotte potentially in that 10 role, Gittins on the left of the attacking midfielders with Esteval on the right. As I say all of that, I'm going to say this is, to end this video, I'm going to say this. There can be no excuses. There can be no excuses. Whatever team goes out to play against Qarabağ, a win is all that's all we can get. That's all we can get. It doesn't matter what team we put out. We have to get 3 points. Massive games coming up against Arsenal, Barcelona, and Wolverhampton Wanderers in the league as well. So this game, as much as it doesn't feel like it's an important game, it's a massive game. We got some tough fixtures in the Champions League coming up. These are the sort of games you want to show that you can just wash away teams. And these are the sort of teams that you unfortunately have to do it to, and potentially Paphos in a couple of weeks. But this is the game where you show a bit of intent, you show a bit of statement, and you don't sit back and invite pressure. Because the moment you do that in a game like this against a team like Qarabağ, they're probably going to smell blood and they're going to try and score goals. So let's just hope we can get the 3 points. Let's hope that we pick up no injuries as well. It's another key thing, no injuries. The time difference, I think, will play a massive factor in this game, potentially more so for the Wolverhampton game on Saturday evening, but we'll do another match preview for that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, make sure you hit the Linktree link in the description, and I'll be back soon with another video.